You just give the introduction for the speaker now. Please start.
Okay, sir. A very good morning to all present here. On behalf of Department of Computer Science and Engineering, I, Dr. Shweta Sinha, welcome Ms. Preeti Jain for giving a webinar on transforming beliefs. I also welcome students, faculties, distinguished members of all Amity campuses, and outside participants joining us in this webinar. Ms. Preeti is an NLP graduate from NFNLP, Florida. She works as a life and wellness coach for the employees of corporate sector and is also associated with various academic institutions. In collaboration with several NGOs, she has established many laughter clubs. Preeti is known for using her funny bone to train and achieve compelling results by using the power of the subconscious mind and spreading smiles across. Thanks a lot, Preeti, for joining us today. We look forward to listening to you. Now I request the laughter queen, Ms. Preeti Jain, to start her session.
Very happy morning to one and all. Am I audible clearly?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Shweta. Yeah, so once again, a very happy morning to one and all here. I completely trust that all of you are happy, healthy, and staying safe at your home. So first of all, I would like to convey my heartfelt gratitude towards the complete Amity University people, and at the same time, a special thanks to Dr. Siridhara for giving me this opportunity to share this platform with all of you. We all know driving, yes. And at this, I'm sorry, but can I request the host to allow me to share my content here? Sir, can you please allow me to share my PPT?
Can you see the sharing option, Preeti?
Pardon? The sharing option is there. It's not enabled.
It's disabled. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, internet connection. I think re-established.
Yeah, still I'm able to connect the content. It's not...
Is it there?
Yes, Shweta ma'am, you can start now once again, please.
Okay, sir. So very good morning to all present here.
Please put on your camera, ma'am.
My camera.
Can you start my share content also, please?
Yeah, now you can start. You are visible.
Okay. A very good morning to all present here. On behalf of Department of Computer Science and Engineering, I, Dr. Shweta Sinha, welcome Ms. Preeti Jain for giving a webinar on transforming beliefs. I also welcome students, faculties, distinguished members of all Amity campuses, and outside participants joining us in this event. Ms. Preeti is an NLP graduate from NFNLP, Florida. She works as a life and wellness coach for the employees of the corporate sector and is also associated with various academic institutions. In collaboration with several NGOs, she has started many laughter clubs. Preeti is known for using her funny bone to train and achieve compelling results by using the power of the subconscious mind and spreading smiles across. Thanks a lot, Preeti, for joining us today. We look forward to listening to you. Now I request you to start the session, the Laughter Queen, Ms. Preeti Jain, please.
Yes. Good morning, all. Am I audible?
Yeah, you
Yes,
are
audible.
Preeti, you are not audible.
Yes.
Now you are audible.
Yeah, no.
Thank you. I completely trust that all are happy at home. And I want to, first of all, convey my heartfelt gratitude towards the Amity University and a special thanks to Dr. Siridhara for letting me share this space with all of you. And we all know driving, isn't it? Be it a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler. And we know the importance of stopping at the right point. Why do we do that? First, to save ourselves from any kind of accident. And secondly, to decide and take the right direction. Yes. And then we look towards different directions, take a conscious decision, and then proceed towards our goal. This is the sole theme of today's session: stop, look, and proceed. We need to stop and be aware of our limiting beliefs and see what is not working in our life. And then look into the endless opportunities. And at the same time, with a matured, logical mind, bring some shifts in our belief systems and then proceed to manifest our vision, to manifest our goal. I, Preeti Jain, from Bangalore, I think Preeti Jain from Bangalore is very, very passionate about everything in life. I'm a learner and I love to share my experiences, my learning with my fellow co-passengers in this journey of life. Here, I am with you to share some of my life experiences, which has just changed the course and give me a push and towards my vision. Let me share an experience with you. So before that, my request to all of you to take a complete participation in this session. Be aware, you might find many of the things from this session very, very easy, very simple. But let me tell you one thing, my dear friends, that today, next 45 minutes, your brain is going to work a lot. We are going to go deep into your subconscious. So request you to keep taking deep breaths, drink water, and listen to me with open mind. Try to be aware. The key inclusions of today's session will be, first is transforming beliefs. Yes, many of the beliefs were formed in trance when we were not matured enough, when the conscious was not that powerful, and those were believed. Those beliefs were formed, and today we'll know how it all been created. Now, what is the impact of those belief systems in our today's current life? At the same time, we'll understand about the state management, why it is so important, what are the types. At the end, we are going to take charge of our life, be resourceful, and get ready to manifest all the visions, all the dreams, all the goals. I would love to welcome the Q&A thing from you. Be ready to ask questions. So let me share one beautiful experience with you. So once I have been to circus with my family, and there I saw a giant, gigantic elephant, a majestic, huge, powerful elephant. And there was a single rope in his neck. And the Mahavat was making him do different things with ease. I was mesmerized. How come a human being has taken control over this powerful creature? I couldn't stop my curiosity. And I just asked him that what is the secret behind it? He gave me the answer which just changed the course of my life. He said, when this elephant was a young creature, a newborn, they put metal chains in his legs and tied it to a pillar. That young elephant kept trying, fighting and fighting and fighting to get rid of that for his freedom. But obviously, he couldn't succeed. After some time, he conditioned his mind. He developed a belief system that he cannot get rid of it. And he stopped trying. The time passed, and he became now a majestic, huge elephant. But now he doesn't even try. But the fact is, now he is capable of not only getting rid of this rope, but if he wish, and if he tries, with a single pull, he can make the complete tent of circus fall down. Isn't it? We do not realize, all of us human beings, that we have created lots of different kind of disabling, paralyzing beliefs during the course of our life. My dear friends, self-limiting beliefs are the weapons of self-destruction. They are formed when and how we don't know. Maybe all these have formed during the time when we were in our mother's womb. Yes, of course, in our mother's womb. And then in the course of life, we kept on hearing many dialogues, many limiting things, which has created the base of these limiting beliefs without our knowledge, without our consent, without our conscious knowing it. We might have seen some movies in early childhood which has impacted us, or we have heard our parents talking, or maybe our parents have said something, for something they have said no to us, and we took it to our heart. Or maybe our teachers' comment, or maybe some bullying in the school, something or other, some I should do this, I should not do this. I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to behave this particular way. It might be okay at that point of the time, but somewhere deep, we have written it here in our subconscious, and we decided we are not meant for this kind of things or this kind of subject, or we are not good enough for some different path. Let me share my story. When I was young, I was in school, and one of my elder cousin, he got admission in engineering college. And all of you will agree with me, in 1980s, getting admission in engineering college was a big deal. So he started getting lots of appreciation and lots of attention, significance from all sides, from the family members, from the neighbors, from the distant relatives. And somewhere deep, I thought, if I want all this attention and love, I should do engineering. Yes, my father, being a professor of commerce and accountancy, he tried to convince me that, my dear, you are an intelligent girl, you better go and study commerce and pursue CA. But obviously I didn't listen, because one more belief system, that time you'll agree with me, that intelligent students takes science. Isn't it funny? Yes, but we have all grew up with such kind of belief system. Third, if I am intelligent and capable, I should try only for IIT. See how the journey of my life was going. Obviously, I couldn't succeed in my engineering goal. Later in life, when I was doing the courses based on neuroscience and neurolinguistic programming, I realized engineering was never my call. I never wanted to become that. All I wanted was attention, love, appreciation. But in this journey, I have already wasted lots of time, energy, and confidence. This is how somehow we do not realize, but we keep missing lots of energy, and we are already missing lots of points in our life. How to define and how to find which are the limiting beliefs which are stopping us and not letting us go ahead in life. very beautiful thing of doing so is by asking right question. Yes, asking right question. We all are teachers here and we know the importance of asking the right question. Before that, let me tell you some examples which I missed. I'm very sorry for that, but I missed giving you some examples of different kind of belief systems. We keep repeating these statements in our mind, either knowingly or unknowingly, or we have listened to it over the course of life. For example, like people keep saying, diabetes runs in my family. And they keep talking to people about it. And somewhere deep rooted, they accept diabetes. Or it can be like, I'm a mother of two and I'm of this much age. Now, I cannot achieve that perfect fitness. I cannot achieve that athletic body. So I try only a certain period to maintain my health. Isn't it? Or many a times people keep repeating, easy money is not in my destiny. I have to work really hard to get such money or finances. Or it can be like we should compromise or adjust in a relationship for it to be successful. Isn't all this very common and we keep hearing about it? There is so many, I have to do it. I should not do it. I can't do it in our life. Let me ask you one question. Be aware and think, this should, this have, these are so much of compulsion in it, majboori, that I have to do this, I should do this. There is no push, there is no passion, there is no I must want it. But we are leading our life with a kind of force, by kind of compulsion. There is so much of can't, I can't do this. My dear friends, when and which moment of your life you decided that you can't do this or you can do this, you are not meant for it? Some repetitive dialogues in my mind keeps telling me that I can't do it. And now it is the high time to understand what are those statements. Because our belief systems define us, makes us who we are, and allows us to achieve as much as we believe in ourselves. One more beautiful example I would like to give you of these bees. Yes, one scientist made a beautiful experiment, and what he did, he took a glass jar and put some bees, honey bees in this. The honey bees were flying nicely out of it. After some time, the scientist put a lid on it. Now guess what? The bees were trying to go out of it, and every time they tried to go out of it, they were hitting the lid. Then again they tried to flew out, they again hit the lid. And many times, and after that, interestingly, they again got programmed, conditioned. They cannot pass, they cannot flow out of it. And slowly, they stopped trying. They got settled in the bottom. Slowly, maybe by fluke or by trial, not sure, one particular bee flew out of this jar. And guess what? Within few minutes, each and every bee was out of this glass jar. This shows the tendency of a human being. Few years back, or maybe 20, 30 years back, who has thought that we'll sit like this and we'll meet the people across the globe, we'll take online classes? It was unimaginable, isn't it? So we never tried for it. But somewhere, one person thought of it and tried and found a solution. And today it became so easy. Another example, we can take the example of cancer. I don't know, I'm not sure whether cancer is still now is curable completely or not. But there was a time when it was known as a deadly disease. Nobody was even trying. And they decided in their mind, if this disease is there, our life is finished. But then different people in different parts of the world, they started working on their belief system. They started visualizing their health and glory. One person achieved it, and so the other, and the third, and the fourth. Now everybody knows they have not followed the same kind of treatment or same kind of therapy, but one thing in common was the belief system, the faith, the trust, the want, a must for the life that was there. So my dear friends, in this COVID situation, कहीं हम फिर से all those limiting beliefs create तो नहीं कर रहे हैं. We are sitting whole day and we are in a very fearful environment. Be aware right now and see where is our focus. Is our focus is on the wow and aha moments of life, or it is on the, oh my God, the God is so cruel and all the difficulties and all the lockdown thing and all the financial crisis? Is our focus there? Or our focus is towards the immense healing happening to the mother nature, or to the love and bonding happening, or our focus is on the gratitude of the life? It is very, very important, because beliefs are invisible force that holds us back and drive us towards our vision and towards our goal. Now, how to understand this belief system? To ask right question. Yes, we all are educationists here, and we very well understand the importance of asking one right question. A one right question can take the whole class into a right, positive, creative direction. But at the same time, one wrong question can spoil the mood of the whole class, isn't it? So most of the time, what are we doing? We are asking wrong questions to ourselves. Why this is in my destiny? Why all these things have to happen with me? Why this COVID was supposed to come? Why God is so cruel? Why the government is not working properly? And we don't have answer of these, because these are all negative questions. But if we ask the right questions, we can get the answer of our belief systems. And the moment we are aware of it, we can do the right communication to our belief system, to our subconscious, and that we can push. Let me share few of the very, very important questions which we are supposed to ask to ourselves. And if you wish, I invite all of you and request you to note down these questions. Later, give yourself some time, pause, stop, and find out the answers of these questions. Very, very important, healthy questions. How do I choose to live my life? Like a fly or a butterfly? My life is driven by fear or by curiosity, by possibilities. Is my energy level always on the higher side? Check your energy level right now. Do I have control over my emotions and my responses? A very important question to ask: what will happen to my life after 5 years if things remain the same? And if again the same, then how will it be after 10 years? What will happen to my health, my income, my relationships? And why to ask only negative questions? Show yourself a beautiful picture also and ask, what amazing things will I get if I start taking desired actions right now? You know, most of the time, we do things to make others happy, to gain respect as per the norm of the society. And those norms and those conditions we have only decided. But doing so, there is no joy, there is no happiness, there is no freedom, there is no a must in life. There is no 100% contentment. Why this happens that one person with the same kind of financial condition or a position in a particular institution is super duper happy, and the other person is not that much happy, is always cribbing about his life? You must have seen this, or many a times in our own life. For that, we need to know our current position. Today, right now, what all are the limiting belief systems? For that, let me give you a simple metaphor, a metaphor of a GPS. We all use GPS, yes? What does the GPS ask the first question? What is your current location? The second question, what is the destination location? The moment we are aware of these two, the GPS gives us a beautiful map, road map towards our destination, our goal. But many of us say that we have a dream, we have a vision, but do we have a roadmap to go there? And we can't have a roadmap, we can't have a mind map to achieve our goals and emotion dreams till we do not know our current location and the barriers and the hindrances. What is stopping us? So best way to enjoy life and to know the answer of these questions is about when we are in now, when we are in current, present moment. And to be in present moment and how to do it, let me share a very, very easy, very simple, but very, very powerful tool of NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. And that is state management. Yes. What is a state? State is nothing but our mood, our control over our responses to a given situation. Most of the time is, right now you think, during a COVID situation, most of the time we are spending in front of screen, taking sessions, listening to webinars, maybe taking online classes, discussing the future plans, and at the same time taking care of the home affairs. And all these things are so draining, isn't it? Be aware right now. And if I ask you from 0 to 10 scale, what is your mental state right now? Please find it out. And I'm going to ask you again. So state is nothing but a neurophysiological state of our mind, which decides our behavior, which decides our response, which gives us energy to go ahead. There are two types. One are paralyzing or limiting belief states. It's like confusion, stress, anxiety, anger, fear, many more, all negative ones. But at the same time, enabling and empowering one also. Yes, joy, happiness, confidence, optimism, so many. But let me ask you one more question. What rules what? Our body rules our mind, or our mind rules our body? The answer of this question can be different for different people. But my dear friends, it's vice versa. Taking care of our mind and all the time giving it positive thoughts sometimes become very, very difficult in this stressful environment. But taking care of our body becomes very easy. And how to change our state quickly, the snap of a finger, I'll just share with you. So there are two ways how our state gets affected. Is one, internal representation, and second, the physiology. Internal representation, yes, the way we do self-talk. It's not only the way we communicate with others, but how we communicate with ourselves. For example, suppose there is a bag of 10 lakh rupees. So one person says, wow, 10 lakh rupees, super. What did he do? He just created a big picture in mind of 10 lakh rupees. The other person seeing the same bag says, oh, only 10 lakhs. Isse kya hoga? Now, in his mental representation, the 10 lakh becomes very, very small. Another example. In this summer season, let me take an example of mango. I love mangoes, and many of you must be. So in this lockdown, we are getting mangoes and lots of fruits by the grace of God. One person eating mango, enjoying it and saying, wow, beautiful color, juicy. Thank you, God, for providing such nice, juicy mangoes, even in this lockdown situation. But But at the same time, the other person represents it differently. He says, I don't know who all have touched it. Is there any virus attached to this mango? Whether I should eat it or I should not eat it. And then he starts talking about that these mangoes are very, very expensive. I should save some money and not indulge in such expensive habits. Same thing, but different representation. Now give me the third one. If it can be like the salary cut is happening not only in India, but across the globe. The finances are going low now. So one person says, it's okay. Till now, I have earned a lot. This is needed. This salary cut is needed. But I'll manage, not a problem. This will also pass. This time will also pass. The other person starts scribbling, salary cut, already meri kamai bahut kam thi yaar. How will I do? How will I manage my home stuffs, the education of my kids, this, that, and you have lots of complaints that why the government is doing this, why the institution is doing this. So these are some examples how we do the self-talk and create either a small picture or a big picture. So my request to all of you from now onwards, be very, very careful how you are talking to yourself, how you're taking and representing these pictures in your mind. It's up to you. If you wish for some positive things, you can make it a very, very big one in your mind and enjoy the life. If it is struggling, if it is challenging situations, make those pictures very small, make the sound very small in your mind. It's up to you. But this will need some practice. This will need you to be in some aware state. So second thing is physiology. One of the easiest and super duper simple thing to do. Yes, physiology. It can just change our state of mind in no given time. Right now, my request to all of you, be aware of your physiology. Right now, check how are you sitting? What is your breathing pattern? Is there a smile or is there a spark in your eyes? Let me show you. If I'm sitting with a slouch back, with a narrowed eye, shallow breathe, low voice, what can you say about me? Am I very happy and enjoying my work? No. What is my state at the 0 to 10 scale? Maybe 3 or 4. But right now, I invite all of you to sit straight. Take a deep breath. Broaden your eyes, chin up, a smile, and then feel there is a shift in your state of mind. Immediate shift. I'm not saying that it will go to 10 from 4. No, but of course, from 4 to 6 it will go. There is a shift of 2 points. And this much shift, this much change is enough to change our response, to change our behavior. Isn't it? We have all the resources in our hand. This is very important to understand that none of us lack any kind of resources to manifest our vision and dream. What we lack is the control over our resources. The mind will immediately say, what is such big thing in this? We all know this, that we should change the physiology. Yes, but my dear friends, we are not aware. We are not using our knowledge. We are not applying this simple tool to change the physiology, which is going to affect tremendously to our state of mind. There are other things also to change the state of mind. And they are like, one, notice whenever we have a low, paralyzing or limiting kind of state of mind, we must be wearing dull color clothes or colorless clothes. Yes, it sounds easy and simple, but colors have a very big impact on our state of mind. Even if you have to do it forcibly, but when you are not in control, when you are not giving right responses, when you are feeling frustrated, I request you to go and change the color of your dress and try it out. You will see a tremendous change in your state, in your mental state. And then suddenly everything outside changes. Second, change your ecology. Wherever you are sitting or doing your work, please go out. Take a walk. Bring a spring kind of effect in your walk. Walk fast. Remember, in our early childhood, कोई हमारी चाल देख के ही बता देता था कि हम कितने खुश हैं. Yes, try it out. Very simple, but do it. Third, in our childhood, we used to indulge a lot in music, but slowly, we do not have time. We are very busy in our life. Who doesn't like music? Some or other kind or different genres, but we human beings, we are in love with music. And we all know that music has a very much therapeutic effect in our emotions, on our mental state. It even cures different kind of diseases and disability. But even then, we don't use it. We all are having a kind of medical box in our home. Yes. Similarly, we should use music. Be aware from now onwards and try to see the different kind of effects of different music on yourself. Make a playlist like a medical box, like a toolbox. Make a playlist. If you are in too much of rush all the time and you want to slow down, you want to calm your mind, and you want to get some solutions which is not coming out, I request you to use slow music, meditative music, chantings, omkaras. And if you want get some energy, and you want to push yourself to do lots of work and fasten your work, get some peppy number. Sounds easy and funny, isn't it? Or maybe idiotic to so many people. But this really works. This actually works. We and my tribe of people who are into all these kind of transformational things and the coaching, we do understand that how important it is. And we keep creating a kind of playlist to keep playing in the background. Try it out. Music has a very big impact on our life, on our mental state. Let me give you the last, a very simple example, a metaphor. Why I'm sharing so much of metaphors with you all? Because they give you a visual impact, a visual picture, and then it becomes very, very easy for us to remember what we have learned. Suppose I am sitting and working, and some each happens. I ignore it, and then I start working. Then again, one or two places, then I don't have time, and I ignore and I start working. And it keeps on going, even if the rashes happens, the pimples happens, or something else. But slowly, that itch spreads all over. And then we can't take it anymore. And we are bound to see why this is happening. And we see a small mosquito. This is a summer season, a small mosquito. We immediately take a mosquito bat or a spray or a all-out and kill that mosquito. And then we'll be more aware. And then suddenly our attention is on mosquitoes. And we see many mosquitoes around. Yes, but then we are equipped also. We have all sorts of ways to get rid of it. Similarly, in our life, we have lots of itches, lots of discomfort, lots of complaint. We are not that 100%. You know, even if when we play the snake and ladder, a person who is successful 99% in his life is also not content, is not a winner because he's not at 100. So even if we are doing very good in our life, financially or career-wise, we have all the names and fields, but why that feeling of emptiness? Why that feeling of voidness? Because we are not stopping and looking into whys. So my request to all of you to find that mosquito which is troubling you, to find that why, because when the why is clear, the how is very, very easy, very simple. And that is my request for you to get this why it's so important. Knowing your state, changing it, very important to keep you in the present moment. And then to know your belief systems, to know, because remember, those belief systems were formed when we were very, very young. We had no power. We were in trance. We were not knowing logically right and wrong. We were not matured. But now we are big enough. like a giant, majestic elephant. And we know the power. It's not like that we do not know the power of mental conditioning. But the moment we know why this slow speed is there in life, we know these are the disempowering, paralyzing belief system. It will be very easy for us to take a logical, mature decision and transform our life and change it into enabling, powerful beliefs. Yes, it is very, very easy when you know the why. Be mindful. Think about your focus. And there are beautiful tools of affirmation. We have repeated the negative talks, shared the negative talks, spoken the negative talks, self-talk. Now do the same thing. Do lots of positive talks. Do lots of affirmation repeatedly, morning and evening. It will definitely going to change your life. Because in positive mind only is a promise for a positive life. So I request all of you to take a deep breath. Here is my invitation and a request, handful request, to take a deep breath, close your eyes right now. And there is a sample of affirmations. Speak loudly, speak with full conviction, full trust, and see the impact on your neurophysiological state. Be ready. Optimal health is my birthright, and I claim it now. I have full control over my body, mind, and soul. The old negative patterns no longer limit me. The old negative patterns no longer limit me. I let them go with ease. I have unlimited choices. And I choose to feel worthy and deserving. I choose to feel worthy and deserving. I attract only healthy relationships, and I am always treated well. I attract only healthy relationships, and I'm always treated well. I am ready for all positive changes in my life. I'm ready for all positive changes in my life. My dear friends, be aware and let's do a quick recap of today's takeaways. We spoke about how the belief systems, the conditioning of the mind, the limiting, the paralyzing beliefs been formed in the subconscious mind without our knowledge. And we very well understand that now with the matured thinking, the logical mind, we have the power to change all those conditionings. We now understood how to ask right questions, to find and understand our current position in life, to know about our belief systems. And the moment we understood these belief systems, it is easy for us to change it, to transform it into enabling powerful belief systems. At the same time, we understood about the internal representation, how making things bigger or smaller in our mind, the self-talk makes a huge difference in our self-belief, the state of mind. And we understood that it is so easy to manage your states with the simple changes in our physiology. The breath pattern, with a smile, with a spark. And at the same time, we can use the colors, the music, and different things, a dance, to change our state. Now, I invite all of you to remove this curtain of thick, heavy curtain, a shady, shaky, the gray curtain of disbeliefs, shady ideas, fearful thoughts, kind of majboori, a dependency, the curtains of should and haven't, just throw it out. And I promise you, be aware and practice. You might have to fake it in the beginning, but fake it, fake it, fake it. till you make it, but do throw out this curtain. And my promise to all of you that a very, very golden future is awaiting for us. With exceptional good wishes, I conclude here. Thank you very much. And I request you to come for question and answer. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ms. Preeti, for such a wonderful talk. And I'm sure after listening to you, many of us would like to overcome our beliefs that are holding us back. Now we have move on to our question answer session. Questions are not seen.
Preeti ma'am, a few questions which I actually received personally onto my thing. First of all, let me thank you for giving such a wonderful session here. It was quite soothing. And to be very frank, first time I'm hearing, from NLP practitioner to this extent, and the examples you gave are very good. Somebody is telling here the whole agenda, I mean, the whole session which you mentioned, that it is all our mind that we can control ourselves. And how do we actually bring it in the beginning is a question which people are asking.
Pardon, how can I?
How do we practice it to start with? Because we have a lot of disturbed mind in the beginning. How do we tell ourselves we are good and we can actually achieve something?
Yes, thank you for asking this question. The easiest way to take a pause, practice to do at least comes minimum of 5 minutes. Just we do not have time for ourselves and we do not sit even for 5 minutes with ourselves. Sit and see what all thoughts are running in our mind during those 5 minutes. You can see there are some thoughts or some belief systems or some issues of our life which are coming time and again whenever we sit those 5 minutes. It means those issues of our life needs our attention. And then ask a question, why this is coming? What is holding us back? What changes can I bring? At the same time, be aware of your physiology. This is certainly going to help. Slowly, with practice with from 5 minutes to 10 minutes. Many people call this as meditating. It is meditation, but it is like talking to self and knowing yourself. So we have to start with that 5 minutes of getting pause period. Yes.
Yeah, I think your answer would have satisfied. There's one more question here from Kushbu from AUH, and she writes, I wish to know if someone lives in present moment and that person is happy, then again and again, if any thought will remind by someone which creates anxiety in mind, then what to do?
If someone's, I could go, thank you for asking this question, but if someone's reminder about any particular moment or incident of life is creating anxiety in your mind, it means somewhere deep rooted in subconscious, you are either in past or in future. Do ask yourself, why this particular reminder of this incident making me anxious? Why I do not have the hold or control over my emotions? What is holding me back? You keep asking questions to yourself, and then you will find the solution that how much importance it has and how much you take remote control of your life, take remote of your mind, mental state, and nobody can make you anxious. But do ask yourself, why this particular incident is creating anxiety in my mind? There must be something in past which you have kept deep rooted in your subconscious mind. Sit down with yourself, talk to yourself, and you certainly get an answer. Yes.
Preeti, there is one question from Vijaya Lakshmi, and
Yes.
she wants to know how to remove fear from our brain.
Okay, so thanks Vijaya for asking this. But remember, we have fear of some or other kind of memory. We do not get fear immediately. See, if I'm seeing a snake in my early childhood, again, the internal representation of that snake will decide the degree of fear in me. Whether I created a huge big picture of snake in my mind or a small picture in my mind, depending on is the degree of our fear. Okay, so think about your fear right now and think what is the internal representation. If you have, you will stop, you can immediately bring that fear and make it very small in your mind, and slowly the degree will vanish. There will be no more fear. Because most of the time, remember, my dear friends, this fear, this anxiety are developed when we didn't have any power. We were in quite early age, immature mind, and we are still carrying those with us. But now, the moment we see fear, bring it out in front of you, you can deal with it very easily. Thanks for asking this question, Vijaya.
Thank you, Preeti. There is one more question from Kumar Sneh, like how to define success in life.
Oh, success is a very subjective subject, Mr. Sneh. And thank you for asking this and being there. But the thing is that for me, taking a nice walk and being calm in my mind and doing a regular meditation can be a successful life. It cannot be defined. You have to be very aware about your visions, about your goals, and why do you want it? Time and again, I'm asking you, why? Like for me, in my early age, doing engineering was a successful thing. I never asked why. The why was to get appreciation and attention and the love. But then I took it and I attached it with engineering. We all understand that was wrong thing to do. So now also, whatever is our vision, whatever is our goal, ask a why. Why do I want to achieve that? Most of the time, the answer will come a peace or a contentment or a happy life. Ask yourself, is these 2, 3 things attached with my definition of success? And you will definitely get an answer. So the clue is to ask the right question to yourself, to take a pause and sit with yourself. Thank you.
Okay, there is one more question from Nirmal Bhatt. He's asking that there are small memory of childhood dreams that was broken and it brings back the old pain. How do I overcome it and gain back the loss of confidence?
Yes, Nirmal, I'm getting goosebumps listening to this. You know why? Because most of the people, they have some or other memories and dreams and which are holding them back. I request you to sit down, bring that dream in front of you and see it clearly. Whenever you deal with this, you are in that dream. And that dream creates the same kind of physiology, same kind of butterflies, the goosebumps, the feeling of fear and scaredness. And that's why we are not able to fight with it or overcome it. Now we are grown up, we are matured. Bring that as a, in front of you and think that it is out of you. Now deal with it. Think if the same dream your friend is getting, what kind of answers you'll give it to him. Talk it like that, and then suddenly some or other answer will pop up and you'll be able to overcome it, gain back. At the same time, till now, n number of times you might have repeated in your mind that this dream brings back pain, this dream brings back pain, this is scary, this is fearful, and I cannot get rid of it. There is a can't, cannot. My request now to empower yourself and repeat morning and night. I have full control over my body, mind, and soul. I can do everything. I am fearless. Nobody can stop me. Start talking positive things to yourself. Self-affirmation is a very powerful tool, and it is definitely going to help you out. Every time that back old habitual word, the sound comes to your mind, say no entry. Go ahead or come in front. I'm going to face you right now. This is certainly going to help you, my dear Nirmal. Thank you and all the very best.
Okay, Preeti, there is one more interesting question, and that is from Sidhu. And maybe this is also my question: how to be in the present state?
So that is what I have discussed in this situation right now in my presentation. The whole measure of attention was on being on the state right now, current position. We forget to change our physiology. And even if we are smiling to face the camera. Be aware from now onwards whether while studying, whether while making notes, whether we are working in the kitchen or we are taking a walk, is there a smile? Is there a spark in our eyes? We need to be alert, aware about our physiology all the time. Now, people say we have to make it. It is so fake. Yes. Many a times we walk and you realize and be aware the mobile is there in our hand, the earplugs are there, we are listening to some music and the mind is wandering somewhere. We are not in the current state. I request all of you to get rid of this habit of putting a plug or taking a mobile. Better take a nice walk, praising the nature. And every time remind yourself, is there a spark in my eyes? Is there a smile in myself? Be it I'm cooking or taking notes or walking. The moment you start getting aware, you will learn to live in the present moment. The moment you are slouched, chin down, automatically the mind will go in past or future. Bring it back, change your physiology, take charge of your state. You enjoy the music. There are many, many tools you can do. And the moment you have the memories of the past or the words listened, which is holding you again and again back, cut that cord. I'm not ready anymore. I'm matured. I'm majestic, giant, powerful elephant. Remind yourself every time. These metaphors will really help you a lot. Thank you.
Okay, so one last question, Preeti. Like, what is the best way to forgive someone? Really hard.
No, this is one of the easiest thing to do. Our complete attention is towards forgiving someone else. It is the intention, it is the importance. If I myself am important for myself. If I love myself, if my life is important for myself, I am not going to keep grudge with anyone. Unwanted guests are not allowed in my home because I love my home. I love my peace. Then why every time I allow all these unwanted memories and all those birds in my life, they have no space. And be aware and think. Most of the time we are thinking about the people, not about the people whom we love a lot, but about the people whom we do not like, with whom we have some issues, whom we hate sometimes. They are majority of time they are in our minds, in our heart. Think we do not like them and we are carrying them with us all the time. Are they so important to us? Again, ask the right question. Whether my peace is important, my love is important, my success is important, or the people whom I don't like is important. So my dear friend, forgiveness is not a thing to give. Give yourself the gift of forgiveness. Give yourself the gift of love. Love yourself. The moment you start becoming selfish, loving yourself, you will not give a single penny, a damn care about the people whom you don't like. Try it out and it will certainly help you. Thank you. Yes.
So we are almost over with the questions. So I would request our director, sir, to speak something.
Thank you very much. Actually, this is not useful for the people who are at the level. As we actually, raise up, the seats become hotter and hotter and hotter sometimes. And I think the practices which you said will apply to all of us. In fact, every word of yours, actually, I was trying to compare with my situation here and then trying to see how I can transform myself to make it myself better and also feel better around with my own people here. Basically, because if once the person on the upper end means who is sitting in the chair, he is not good. I think probably the surrounding employees also will feel sad for it. Thank you very much for giving all such good tips and nice for coming. I should be thankful to Shweta Sinha ma'am for actually bringing this connection and then getting it done. And thanks to all the panel members here, including Dr. Khushbu Tripathi, and also thanks to all the participants who had come here. Thanks a lot, and thanks everyone. And of course, at the end, it's not customary, but also from our overart, we keep telling the vision of our Amity University Chancellor and also the founder president, vice chancellor, and also pro vice chancellor to actually have series of such webinars is really giving a very good dividend for all of us. nearly about 30 to 35 webinars are being organized every day, and all of them are so interested and so equal. And this type of structure is built within no time. As soon as the lockout was over, within 2 days, the chancellor came out with this idea, and then it is being celebrated all. And I should be thankful to them for this. Thank you once again, ma'am, for coming on board. Thank you so much.
Very much, sir. And I thank all the panelists and the participants here and listening out to me. Thank you so much. All the very best for the live. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Preeti. Thank you, sir. And thank you all the participants.
Have a good day.